It is my pleasure to introduce my friend and business partner, Greg Klein Herzl with ConnectivTech. I've known Greg since February 2nd, 2021, and it's been quite the journey watching Greg's growth, both professionally and personally. He is what we call good people. Today, Greg will share about his consulting firm and a vendor matchmaking service. Greg, take it away.
Thank you, Jojo. Hello, everybody. My name's Greg with ConnectivTech. ConnectivTech is a consulting company that is an outsourced procurement department for businesses. And so when there is a need for businesses to go through the vendor selection process, they need to get multiple quotes. ConnectivTech is essentially a vendor matchmaking concierge service. And so here's how this works. Our problem that we are solving, and I'm sure everybody sees this, is that businesses are failing the vendor selection process, right? Maybe they don't have the time, they don't have the know-how, they don't know who to go to. Maybe they're relying on RFPs or Google reviews. On average, clients are cycling through 2 to 4 vendors and wasting their money, wasting their time before landing on the right service that is meaningful for them. This is the core reason why Connective Tech exists, to make better vendor-client relationships the first time. Clients come to Connective Tech looking for 4 types of vendors, right? They look for technology vendors, marketing vendors, HR vendors, or finance vendors. So what does that mean? All right. Here's what this means. Okay. These are some common areas that clients will come to Connective Tech and say, hey, who help me select a vendor in cybersecurity. For example, the type of vendor here are MSP providers, the type that is like your outsourced tech department. Okay. These are the companies that are going to help you with your email support, making sure hackers don't get into your businesses, but everybody does it differently. We're doing things like website development for companies, marketing. So a lot of lead generation conversations come up in this. What marketing company do I go to? Who do I trust with my business? How do I generate more leads by driving traffic to a website and converting that into clients, right? We see clients coming to us looking for needs like software development. They're looking for vendors that provide AI and automation. Usually they'll come to us saying, hey, Greg, we want to automate this process or many little processes, right? We help with software selection for CRMs and ERPs. Credit card processing. We help implement operations and IT consultants and business printers. We see a lot of companies that want to set up their conference room for an audio presentation, right? So we're setting up Zoom meetings and Teams meetings, implementing cameras and microphones. We see a lot of companies that need loans or even bookkeeping and accounting services. We see a lot of companies that even want to outsource their HR department or even their telephone and internet. But we don't provide those services. So what do we do? Well, companies will come to us and we actually help them not only identify the type of vendor that's going to be a great fit. So we're actually asking them a lot of questions about where is their annual revenue? What is their budget? Helping them create the expectation that, hey, this is how much the market's going for right now. Here's what a good vendor looks like. Here's what a bad vendor looks like. For any one of those single needs that I just mentioned, we'll go out and assess anywhere between 7 and 20 different companies on average to see who's going to be the best fit for the client. And then the client will say, hey, Greg, we need 3 proposals in order to make a decision here. And then our job is to essentially bring 3 best matches to the client, walk everybody through the quoting process, and help them select and onboard. Our matchmaking service has a 90% effectiveness right there. That means any long-term vendor-client relationships are long-term relationships. There is zero upfront cost. In fact, this is a fully complimentary matchmaking service, right? We have designed this to be under a success fee model. And so what happens is that the client doesn't pay us. It's the vendor our clients choose that pays ConnectivTech. So essentially, that we don't get paid until the client selects a vendor. The vendor starts their services, and then the vendor essentially gives us a percentage of every single invoice that they collect from the client. And now we have over 600 vetted, tested, and approved vendors we select from every time a client engages us. Our job is to make sure the vendor and the client select each other the first time successfully. My name is Greg with ConnectivTech. Please reach out if you have more questions, want to learn about our services. If you know clients or hearing any clients that need to select these vendors in any of these areas, please reach out. And thank you so much.
Mm.